All right, right here. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so we know you both got a baby when the show was over, and I was wondering for each...
A baby?
The car, baby.
Oh, yes. Oh, shit.
Yes, not that kind of baby. The
surprise!
Yeah.
Is that why Jen keeps calling me?
So I was just wondering for each of your respective cars, like, do you have any short-term or long-term plans of what you want to do with your baby?
Yeah, I was gonna like do rainbow paint, and chop the top, and hydraulics. Well, I'll get back to the real question because that's a good question. But do you remember the like Pentmobile that you guys had? Did y'all hear the story?
Yeah.
They had me driving it, and I was like, this is so like fun. I want to kind of mess it up, but I kept on going.
Really? What are you, a pimp? I like it.
And I could see the like transpo guys running like, somebody tell him to stop. Yeah, I think
what's this button do?
For me, I want to keep it aesthetically the same. Like I don't want to change. I don't want to put in like a DVD player or something. Just get it working. There are a few, I think Eklz has touched on this. They kept them workable for film's sake, but you wouldn't want to drive them across town necessarily yet. Some of the assets are old.
Yeah.
I mean, you would want to drive them across town. They got delivered to Family Business, and when I went and picked up number 2 and drove it home, oh God, this is all.
Realized that the car's literally been held together by duct tape and spit for like 15 years.
Every time you turn, it's like, oh gosh, we're gonna.
Oh yeah.
And then Cliffy, he was over and he's like, hey, so I don't think we should start it anytime soon. One of the gaskets leaking, and it's where it can start a fire. So I was like, okay, yeah, let's not start it soon. So we have getting worked on right now.
Meanwhile, I'm like, hey kids, hop in, let's go for a drive.
We can't hear you, Dad. We can't hear you.
I wanted to take the engine out that I've got in it right now because they dropped a 502 Marine engine in it, which is like obnoxiously loud. And it was all because I was like...
You're just now realizing this?
Oh no, I knew it, but there was a lot of complaining from us to the studio and to production of going like, we need a bigger engine, this car doesn't sound like it should, and it's embarrassing when fans show up on set, and it's like... So they're like, oh, you want a bigger engine? Okay, here's a 502 big block. And it's like, I'll shut up. And so I thought, okay, that's like obnoxiously large. Maybe I'll should get like what I think arguably is the best engine for that car that at that time was a 327, and it also happens to be the amount of episodes that we shot.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, that's a no-brainer. But then I started thinking about it. I was like, yeah, I think I need to keep the 502 in there. It's just for nostalgia.
You've been all over the place in like 60 seconds.
I know. I think I'm gonna keep it in there and just get it tuned up.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna change the look of it. It's staying like all the dings and all the dents and all the scratches and scrapes. That's all.
Hey. Hi there. I'm Julie. This is my first con, so this is crazy.
Welcome.
Have you and Jared ever gone driving in Baby around Austin because you miss playing Sam and Dean so much?
Please say yes. Yes. But not because we missed playing Sam and Dean. Because we're children. and we wanted to go fast in the car that we spent so much time in, and we thought it'd be great to do that. Right now, I will say that both the Impalas, the Hero, which is number one, the one that I had, and then number 3, which was the backup to number 1. Number 2 was the stunt one that got beat to crap. But number 3 was the backup to whenever number 1 wouldn't start. Because you got to remember, these were just picture cars. These weren't like, you know, car show type cars. I mean, there was a reason that door squeaked the way it did. It's because they weren't, you know, they weren't like high functioning automobiles. That being said, now that Jared and I own both of those cars are currently in the same shop in Texas right now, getting done to where we can put them in a car show. I will say, leaving the squeak in the door though. And not touching the paint job. So every scratch, every dent, every nick, every paint chip that was on the car when it was on screen will remain the same. We're just getting everything underneath it nice and reliable. And because we both live in Texas, we're also putting in air conditioning. And a sound system. Because what they did when Jared and I were there is they stripped the car of anything that we could annoy the crew with. They used to have police lights on the gun, because usually those were high beamed, pointed directly into the camera lens, and Brad was like, ow! They took the horn out, because that was always fun when somebody was right over the hood, like adjusting a light, and just be like, bah! They removed the horn. They removed the stereo system because we kept playing music. So they had to take a lot of stuff out of the Impala just so they could get through the day with us. Because again, we're children. So I'm having to put all that stuff back in now. So that it'll be street legal.
At the end of the show, when we got back after we finished the finale, and our props department, Prop and Robin, sent like little care packages, like sent Ziploc bags of some of the hotel key cards, motel key cards.
Basically stuff that the studio didn't want. Like, just put that out there. This wasn't like, get everything we can. No, it was like, they put a list.
But also got some cool stuff, like this. We were like, we love this, we love that. They couldn't do a lot of it, but like I have Samulet, I have some motel key cards, and I have some Legos and a G.I. Joe man or an Army man from the Swan Song. And so I will admit, when it came in, I went to the garage and like put some Legos around and just
The Army man that Sam crammed in the ashtray. It's still stuck there. The Legos that Dean shoved into the vents, to this day, heat comes on, they can hear him rattle. These are the things that make the car theirs, really theirs.